Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
On the way now on this, the final men's quarterfinal of the BARFOOT Thompson Panmure Open. And another lefty from Malaysia up against TEMWA Chileshe, the second seed. And Chileshe with current PSA ranking of 125. It is Hafiz, ZAFRI, who is, what's he got there? He entered at 250, he's currently 297 in the world. We've just seen his countryman Hock go through to the semi-finals, and Hock will play the winner of this match. At the top half of the draw, it's Luamba Chileshe who will play against Duncan Lee in the semi-finals later on this evening. So plenty of good matches coming up this evening for the men's semi-finals, and of course we do have the women's semi-finals as well from 5:30. So let's see what the serve's like from the backhand side for ZAFRI. And yet another let. It's going to be a long game at this rate. Well, he had to work very, very hard for that point. Chileshe probably felt like he was controlling it for a while, and in the end, the Malaysian just hanging on and able to get himself into a good position to hit the forehand cross. If these first few points are anything to go by, it could be a lengthy contest between these two. Nice depth into the corner as well from ZAFRI. He's got a 3-point buffer. He's having to work, well, both players having to work very hard in every rally. There's no 3 points at the moment, except as soon as I say that, there's one there. Much better play. Much better play from TEMWA Chileshe. He kept his patience and worked his opponent around, looked for an opportunity. Certainly been hard work so far. See how he's going to start this point. What sort of serve? Ooh, that's a good return and very good return. No way that Chileshe could get to that. So got this considerable lead. And see what the Malaysian can do here. Oh, that's good. He's certainly bringing out all sorts of shots from the front of the court to the back. And ZAFRI is, well, he's got to be happy with this start. I'm not sure what he was expecting. And there's another one. So 3 relatively easy points in a row. Finally, a point and an error goes the way of TEMWA Chileshe. He's got to be happy now. Needs a few more of those. And 2 errors. Quickly wanted to get on with the point is Chileshe. He's in a very good position now as ZAFRI. And beaten though this time. Thought he was in position, the ball just zipping past. He's pretty quick around the court, the lefty. And, beaten on that one. So it's been an interesting first game with the way the Malaysian just hung in and then hit a few winners. Still got himself in a very good position. Nice. Didn't give himself much room for move or much room for error on that shot, but when it comes off, it doesn't actually matter. Now that's a much better shot for TEMWA Chileshe. Gives the one back. Still got a little way to go. First game point to the Malaysian. Well, it's another one back. Just chipping away. Well, he's got 3 back now as TEMWA Chileshe. Oh, ferocious pace. He keeps on getting it back, and one more. Well, if he could hit any harder, he would. And he kept on trying to do it. So he's managed to pull back quite dramatically as TEMWA Chileshe. He gives himself an opportunity here to even up the score. TEMWA Chileshe really fighting back, and ZAFRI there giving him nothing on his forehand for most of that rally, trying to keep it away from that powerful shot until finally he managed to get himself into a good position and blasted away into corner. And in fact, that's at least 5 in a row for Chileshe. Plays it into the body. See what he can do. Can he come back? Not picked up. Well played. And nice rally. Fast and furious. So he's got the game point again as the Malaysian. Oh. Almost as if the pace had been taken off a little and out of step there for the Malaysian player. Hafiz not able to get to that ball. So a great comeback of 5 points in a row to stall things at 10 all. And now we're at 11 each. Oh, what a shot off the serve. Well played from TEMWA Chileshe. Kept his head there, didn't go for anything too big. And now he's got his first game ball of this, the first game. He doesn't mind having a go either. And they're making it up to 12 apiece. So 13-12. Keep control of the point there, the Malaysian. Forcing Chileshe to go all over the place, be off balance. And a hopeful call for a let. So 13 each. It's been an entertaining first game. Certainly well played by Chileshe to come back into it. And a yes let on that one. To zoom across the court to Chileshe. Make sure he's out of the way. And then forcing the error on the backhand side. The Malaysian just given up the shot, tried to play it too tight. And so there we have, it's a second game ball for Chileshe, and this the first. Yeah, and it's a let. It was played pretty quick. Yeah, it was played pretty quick, and then Chileshe just walked off.
Replay.
And I think we do have a let on that one. Yep. So Chileshe just walked off thinking the ball was out. His opponent didn't, and the officials weren't too sure. So there we go, we'll do it again. Chileshe still with the game ball though. So there you go. And no lead on that one. The ball was past him, a little bit of a fall. But in the end, it is a very good, very dramatic comeback for TEMWA CHILESHE after really being down on that first game. Came back nicely, won about 5 points in a row to take it to 10 all. And then points were switching around. A couple of game points to TEMWA CHILESHE, a bit of a let here and there. And finally, the Kiwi takes the first game by 15-13. Well, nice start for TEMWA CHILESHE, taking out the first 15-13. Albeit that he was down dramatically, down about 10-4 or 5-10 that is. They came back, won about 5 points in a row. Then a real ding-dong battle as scores were 10 all, 11 all, 12, you name it. And eventually 15-13 to CHILESHE over his Malaysian opponent, ZAFRI. Both players 21 years old. And certainly ZAFRI willing to go for the ball from all angles, just like the previous match where we saw Hock defeat Calvert in 4 games. Hock going through to the semi-finals, and he'll play the winner of this particular match later on this evening. And just highest world ranking is 250 for ZAFRI. It's currently 252, so thereabouts. Is that his best or thereabouts? Same with TEMWA CHILESHE. Has been, what, 107 in the world, maybe 125 at the moment, or thereabouts as well. Just not picking up that ball quite in time there. Ball dying a little bit. It's fairly cool. Well, for Auckland it is. Of course, next week we do have the BARFOOT Thompson Auckland Open. Slightly bigger tournament, a PSA 5 for the men and PSA 3 for the women. Ooh, chipping away at the ball, not quite in the fight on that one. Yeah, so next week, some matches on Thursday, then Friday, Saturday and Sunday at the North Shore Club. But in the meantime, a reasonable start for the Malaysian player here. So we've got the let there as ZAFRI takes the 3-1 lead still. Another lengthy rally. We had a few of those to start the match, and then we got into some winners as well as a few unforced errors as well. So just a little bit of a lull in some of the points for the second game. As players try and G themselves up after a huge first game, which went to 15-13. TEMWA CHILESHE winning that one. So certainly in the right position. could see ZAFRI charging forward to that ball, almost a bit too close to the wall, couldn't really stop. See what Chileshe can come back with now. Yeah, a little bit of a body bump there, but the very athletic and very energetic ZAFRI is back up again. Certainly during most of the rallies, ZAFRI's tried to keep the ball away from Chileshe's forehand, very powerful forehand. And just checking that he's all right. Yeah, probably just a bit tight after that fall. Looks a little bit, walking a little bit gingerly at the moment. Let's see how he continues on as the points carry on. Is he looking for a break? Is he all right? Well, I think Chileshe might be enjoying the break. No, what's he after here? So, okay, looks as though we are taking a little bit of a break, just to either stretch, get some treatment. I think he's just taking a bit of a stretch there for the moment. So that is, we'll come back with the continuation of this, the second game, in just a couple of minutes. Well, we're back into the match after the little bit of a break, injury break for ZAFRI after he took a bit of a fall, a splat on the court, just a little bit tight around the body. And back into it fairly enthusiastically. Trying to keep away from that forehand of TEMWA CHILESHE and not able to on that occasion. He's been purposely hammering the backhand. On that occasion he couldn't quite get there. So despite his little injury break, we have ZAFRI playing with a lot of freedom again. He's quite happy to go for winners. And then you can see he's trying to keep the ball on the backhand of Chileshe. It's good play, keeping it nice and deep. Here's the drop. Yeah, and that's a good play from Chileshe. He was patient enough and he was able to move his opponent around, forward, back. So we get the let there. Raise of the eyebrows, and as his question. A little bit of pace on that backhand. So Chileshe happy back, 6-4, lobs it up high on the forehand serve. Remembering that Chileshe took the first 15-13. So a little bit of a subdued up and down second game. We had in the first, ZAFRI taking a big lead and then 5 points in a row helped Chileshe back. This is the second game we've had the injury break for ZAFRI. And just a few stilted points, hasn't been quite as smooth. And there's the shot. Couldn't keep it away from his forehand all the time. ZAFRI's been playing to the backhand of Chileshe 90% of the points, it seems, but on that occasion it was just sitting up nicely and Chileshe in a good position to hit the ball away deep into the court. Ooh. And there's the error. And for the first time in this game, it looks as though Chileshe's got the lead. In this particular second game, it's been a real struggle to actually get ahead. Oh, and there we go. That's nice. Kept it nice and low, enough chop on it, and pretty much jammed up against the wall as well. So it takes the two-game advantage, 2-point advantage that is. I've got a shaking of the head from the officials. Can't see it, but that's what they're doing. So it's a no-go on that point for ZAFRI, and it's a game point for TEMWA Chileshe. Looks to try and take that 2-love lead. He's pretty keen to get on with the point. And there we go, wraps up the second game. So now back out for this, the third game of this, the final quarter-final in the men's draw. And you have TEMWA Chileshe from New Zealand in the white shirt. He's up by 2 games to love. A little bit of banter between the two players. There's Hafiz ZAFRI from Malaysia, the left-hander. Both 21-year-olds. And it's certainly been a battle for Chileshe. Remember, if he wins this, he's still got a semi-final to go against another Malaysian, against Hock, who defeated Calvert in 4 games in the previous match. Chileshe won the first game at 15-13 after being down 5-10. And then winning the second game a little bit more straightforward, with Hafiz hitting a nice winner off that serve and really trying to keep everything away from Chileshe's forehand. I don't know how many backhands he's hit today, but it's an awful lot. It's the right option, but played it a bit too tight. So both players building the point and perhaps going for too much too soon. If Chileshe does win this, he'll play against Hock, as we said, who is also a left-hander and very flamboyant around the court the way he plays. Well, it was well played from Chileshe, kept it in the rally, and the speed that the two are playing in this, the third, opens the game up for some errors, and we're seeing a couple here from both players. And Chileshe very deliberate in the way he bounces the ball in between points. Oh, great angle. Oh. And there was a question. Chileshe looking at the officials for a question about whether his opponent had picked up the ball. He did. Got the nod from the officials. And some great speed around the front of the court there for Hafiz. And it's out. So it was a long time in the second game before Chileshe was actually able to take the lead, and then he didn't renege it, let it go, but he's not helping himself at the moment. Possibly a little bit of tiredness coming in for both players, for each. The let called there. Let's see if Chileshe can get onto the forehand. He's not getting many opportunities. That's what he wants. Yeah, it's a good play. Just chopped it down. No bounce coming back. Not much pace either. And very difficult ball to get when it's jammed up against the wall. Well, there's a bit of a rarity there because TEMWA Chileshe had to hit 2 forehands in a row. And he hasn't had many opportunities there. And let's see what he can do here on that. Well, this serve to the left-hander, what's he going to do? Just drive it through, nothing too extraordinary. We get a lead on that one. Both players hoping or wishing for a bit more, and they certainly didn't get it. The error comes in. There's a few more errors so far in this, the third game. And a little bit of fatigue probably coming in. And a shake of their heads there. And no luck for the Malaysian player. So a little bit of hands and hips. Yeah, the ball had just pretty much gone past him before he really decided to go for it. And so now we have the 2-point advantage to the Kiwi, the second seed. And Hafiz just taking his time getting into it. Oh, yeah, beautiful little jab at the ball. Plenty of pace for the left-hander. And it races past TEMWA CHILESHE. So he's cut back 1 point. Hitting the top of the tin. The shot was on. And we're back to 7 each. After he had a couple points lead to TEMWA CHILESHE, remembering that he took the first game 15-13 after being down 5-10. Second game a little bit more straightforward, albeit a bit of a battle in the sense that TEMWA CHILESHE got the lead quite late. That was a high-risk shot. He's going to be happy with that. That's what you want. And again, the Malaysians staying away from TEMWA CHILESHE's forehand, hammering the backhand at every opportunity. Well, if he wins this, TEMWA CHILESHE, he will take on another Malaysian and another left-hander in Hock in the semi-finals. Older brother Luamba CHILESHE plays yet another Malaysian. So Duncan Lee in the first of the semi-finals. He's up again. Oh, wow, great effort. Very acrobatic. He's thrown himself around the court a few times and got back into the rally, but it is TEMWA CHILESHE with a 2-point buffer again. And he'll be keen to finish this off. He's got another match if he wins. That's one of those points, and potentially high-risk shot, but it came off, so if it comes off, doesn't matter. It's just whether you can do it again. Ooh. It probably wasn't, again, the right selection. And sometimes he may be thinking a little bit too far forward, thinking towards the semi-finals, or thinking I've got a match game point. He picked it up, he did. Oh, gee. Going to do a lot of damage to himself, but congratulations there to TEMWA Chileshe, winning in 3, albeit one of the harder 3s that he's had to play for a while. Never really looked reassured, particularly in that first game after being down 5-10.